So if you've been involved with the stock market for a while, then you know that it takes a good understanding of not only the markets, but of human emotion as well. However, that's kind of easier said than done, especially when you think about work, school, family, and all of the other responsibilities we each have. Finding consistent candidates to trade can be extremely challenging. So in this video, I'm going to break down some of the tips and strategies to help you find the next big move, no matter what season of life you're in. Coming right up.
Hey, what's up? Rob here with Wealth Builders HQ, where we bring you the best tips and tools for building your skills to develop wealth for today and well into the future. And on this channel, we do a lot of stock market analysis for long and short term, as well as recaps just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, one of the questions we get most from our Wealth Builders HQ community is, how do you look at where the stock market has been and determine where it is headed? So we have actually put together an entire free live training workshop that is all about finding the best candidates for today's market. And there's a section for the community, you, to bring your stocks to the event and have me analyze them for you in real time. This free workshop is called Power Hour, and it's taught every Monday live online at noon Eastern Time. I'll leave a link to it below in the show notes.
Let's start the week off with the upcoming economic reports. Now, nothing to talk about on Monday and Tuesday, but on Wednesday, we've got the CPI and the Fed chair speaks at 6 p.m. Not much going to happen from that, maybe in the Globex session, not in the U.S. session. But the next day, Thursday, we've got retail sales, and then the Fed chairman speaks again at 11:30. You might see some lower volume during the day, so keep your eyes open for that. When we look at upcoming economic reports, we've got companies like Home Depot, Walmart, and the likes announcing, Viacom announcing their earnings this week. So a couple of decent-sized companies still out there announcing, but we are kind of winding down on earnings at this point. So let's go take a look at the movers and shakers. So when we look at the S&P last week, all right, we look at the S&P last week, right, on a weekly chart, you will see that we were up about 58 points for the week. Right, when we go back and look at it daily, you'll see that overall we had good strong push up and a fail the last 2 days of the week. So the question is, are we going to sustain with that move down? Are we going to break that zone that we have in here from about 2763 up to 2774? Very key area that we're sitting at right now. Let's go back and look at a weekly chart. Here's Amazon. They were down, in our movers and shakers, they were down about 47 points last week. Avago had a great move, maybe not point-wise when you look at it compared to an Amazon or a Booking, but 18 points on Avago. Look at the candle. Great candle on that chart. Booking had 62 points, although they were about 70 points higher than they closed up. And we have CMG. CMG pushing really well to the upside with about that 500 as that next target there. And then Win was one that had a nice downside move to it this week. It was down about 13 points. So let's go look at some upcoming potential candidates for the week. Let's go back to a daily chart. Let's bring it back to a zoom of an F5. Apple has had an interesting pattern to it. We're looking at about that 200, 199 level on the downside target. As long as we maintain below that 204.5 level, that's where we're looking. And we've been there just about a week ago, but we're going back. If the market keeps doing what it does, and after Apple's earning announcement, it's just not looking good. Baidu, we're looking at about 175 to the downside for the next target. Chipotle Mexican Grill, great push up. We're looking at that 500, maybe 505, 506-ish level as our next upside targets. Goldman Sachs has had a very strong move down, 218 and 214. I definitely see a great potentials for downside. And then PANW, they broke through the 8 to the upside on Thursday. Friday, they failed with a vengeance. They failed. There's different ways to take the trade, but I'm looking at about that 177 level as my next target.
I hope this update was helpful, and I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. And actually, if you want more insights like this, you could just go over to wealthbuildershq.com. I'll post a link to it below. Now, the question of the day is, what stocks are you going to be looking at for next week? Go ahead and let me know in the comments section below. So thank you for checking out this video. Subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't done so yet. And until next time, Wealth Builders HQ is bringing you the best tips and tools for building sustainable wealth in the stock market. Keep crushing it, and we'll talk soon. Take care, folks.